Howdy howdy, it's the Dreadful DM or just Jordan, and today I have a video concerning one of the most difficult parts of D&D for people, and that's starting a campaign. And what I mean by that is not just putting together session 0, again all the backstories compiled in. That part is difficult, but something that is almost the largest obstacle for people is getting a group together. Finding people who want to play your game or finding a group that's willing to take you in so you can start playing a campaign can be the most difficult thing for a lot of prospective players, DMs, all the like, and no matter what system you're doing, D&D, Pathfinder, whatever it may be, it can be the most challenging and difficult part of D&D, and that's what I want to talk about today. How I found my groups, how different avenues you could take to find your groups, and just overall how it's kind of a very... It's a sucky issue, but something a lot of people have to go through. If that sounds interesting to you, tag along. Let's enjoy the video. Please like and subscribe. It does help out the channel. Let's hop right into it. So you want to get into a D&D game, but you just don't know where to start. You're afraid that maybe people will call you stupid or dumb because you introduce your original OC from the Cooking Mama universe that only kisses men. Oh, sorry about that, got a little too into it. But depending on how you are, depending on where you grew up, it can get really difficult to get into D&D. First, you have the initial social anxiety of trying to get out of your shell and actually try to find somewhere to, participate either as a DM or as a player. And that's the other issue, trying to find a place or where to actually play this game while I throw my funny little die. No one makes it easy, especially if you're like from me, for example. I grew up in Border Town. The kind of nerd culture of D&D, Warhammer, all that fun fantasy, sci-fi, or technology, or anything like that wasn't really too prominent. And most people would just play Call of Duty on like Xbox or PlayStation, which is cool. But if you wanted for like the fantasy, the role play, the number calculations, that wasn't really viable in a lot of situations. But luckily for the youth, for like many other people, a lot of people often shoved into like the same building, same rooms every day for at least like 8 hours or give or take, where you constantly interact with other people who are young and talking to and just kind of make friendships. Talking about school, I know some of you uneducated bastards out there didn't do anything, but still, it's still an opportunity there to find parties, to find groups, to find clubs, stuff like that. But as you get older, it gets a little more difficult because like everything in life, as you get older, it's just a lot harder to make connections because you're so busy with work, with other parts of school, with relationships, with car payments. But yes, there's so many different things that are stopping you from wanting to go out and get into a D&D party, and there's multiple different avenues you can take. For me personally, I got lucky with 2 different ones. One was for my people I knew in person. One of my friends and I are really into D&D. We didn't have some people to play with, so what we did a lot of times, we'd be like, this would be a cool story beat. Oh, let me make this character, and we'd be on D&D Beyond for like an hour or two, just making random 14 different characters, deleting them because we didn't have enough to pay for the subscription. So we were just like 10 free slots. It was like, oh yeah, let me make this guy, let me make this guy. That'd be so cool. Never you did anything with any of those characters, but it was just fun to mess around, at least have someone else. And eventually, I had a friend on Xbox that we both know, and they wanted to play D&D, and my partner wanted to play D&D too. So that we all came together and were like, hey, let's start this thing. And what I will say is that D&D online is my least preferred way of playing D&D. I know it's the most viable route for people. One, because you don't have to show your face. You don't have to like show visible expressions or look people in the eyes. Because I know for a lot of nerdy people, a lot of antisocial folk, it's a little bit difficult to roleplay or to talk to someone when you're physically looking at them, because that's just that weird boundary. But when there's a screen and just your voice, it's a lot easier to let loose. So I understand the necessity for online. But me personally, I like being able to talk to my players. I like being able to see them. I like being able to use my hand movements. As you see from these videos, I talk a lot with my hands. And so when I don't have the opportunity, it kind of sucks, but you adapt, you learn. And in my other group, I have 2 groups. I know I'm so lucky because I'm so much better than you, and you are simply a sad chud. See, when I roll up to the bowling alley, they give me the bowling ball from the parking lot, and I chuck that shit. When you roll up to the bowling alley, they have the little ramp and the bumpers already set up for you. We are not the same. But for my other group, it's something I found in college when I was going through my time of university. There was moments where I saw that there was a D&D like Discord for the entire university, and I was like, oh, let me join it. And I saw that there was campaigns available for people asking for players, and I was like, oh well, I'm not too well versed in D&D, so maybe I shouldn't really try it. Maybe it's not really for me. I probably would just like kind of bring down the whole thing. And I've stopped myself so many times from interacting with people, from enjoying my own hobby. I am my own worst enemy, like always. But my first year was kind of like up and down. I really wanted to join it, but I just kept stopping myself. I didn't say first year. I said first year, but I meant first semester. I stopped myself from actually enjoying the hobby. My second semester, however, second and third semester going to, I was like, you know what? They had an open house type of event where you can come and find your D&D party, find people you can play with and have a good time. And I was like, you know what? Let me try it. And I had a group, and I absolutely adored it. I tried to find the words. It was a great time. I wasn't the best player. I didn't have the most optimized class, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the role play. My guy somehow stupidly ended up being the main character, even though he was the most useless in literally any circumstances. I fell ass backwards into what I had, and that's basically just me. All my characters are just very sad versions of me, so aka they're just me. I'm not gonna lie, but there's stuff like that where I actually had opportunity to play the game, had to enjoy it with other people. And then after that, the group kind of splintered because they wanted to try and get in some new players for the group, so it's not always just the same amount of people. And so me and another guy and another two guys formed another group, and I was invited to that one. So they started playing another D&D campaign. I continued with them, and that's been going on for 3 years. We had went through one full campaign about a year and a half, and we're another year and a half into another campaign. It is insane. It is so much fun. I've met with the people already past college, which is apparently a rare thing, so that's pretty cool. I've kept the group. We've played Magic together as well. It's just so much fun. I've had the opportunity because the place where I can actually interact with people who enjoy the hobby too is right there. The opportunity is shining in the darkness of all the stupid charts, aka everyone who just stays inside and just becomes VTubers. And honestly, I probably should have done that, looking at how much money they make. But yes, there was that just glory that it was waiting for me to interact it. But I stopped myself so many different times from interacting, from enjoying it, to playing it, because my own, inhibitions. I had to feel the rain on my skin, damn it. I just had to go for it. And I have not regretted a single second. I have met so many cool people, interacted with so many different ideas and different, ways of playing the game, being more optimized, being more goofy. I honestly bring the goofiness. I'm not gonna lie. I'm that type of player. I enjoy the time for dumb role playing and stupid bits that I drive into the ground. That is my whole being. I will say a stupid joke 18,000 times until no one finds it funny, and I will still laugh at it because I am the most perfect man in the universe. But those are the ways that I found my groups, through the different avenues that were available to me, through the friends I made in high school and middle school, to the university having a large club that I can go and actually find specific groups that I really gel or I mix well with. There's stuff like that I was able to, and that might be the most usual route for you. Maybe it's the most stereotypical route, and it's the easiest, I'm not gonna lie. But sometimes life happens. Maybe you didn't find the right friends who are really into that hobby. Maybe you didn't go to a university or school that really had a large TTRPG scene, so you just kind of with floating through it, hopefully just playing Baldur's Gate 3 the whole time. Hopefully maybe one of these days you can have a campaign, and that sucks. And luckily, there's one bastion of hope that everybody has available to themselves. Well, at least hopefully everybody. It's the LGS, the local game store. Maybe you didn't have the opportunities to have a dedicated friend group or a large club in a high school or university, but the LGS is always going to be there. They have dedicated times for D&D, so you can go there in person and just hop into starting a campaign, or hop in the middle of one and see what happens from there. There's stuff like that that's always happening. Multiple different places run D&D games, run D&D nights. Constantly, you'll find D&D being played in the weirdest of places. I found whole D&D nights happening at an arcade pinball place. People want to play the game. You just have to take the leap into finding them. There's people who want to DM for you. There's people who want to hear your stories. You just gotta go and try it. And luckily, thanks to the advent of this funny little thing called the internet, the thing you're watching this video on, of all the videos you can watch, you're watching this one, by the way, dork. But besides that, the internet has allowed multiple different websites. I'll put one like on screen or in the subscription, not sponsored or anything, but there's ways where you can look online for people who are wanting to DM for you, people who want to hear your story and be DM'd by you. There's stuff like that. Everything's available for you online. You just have to take the step necessary, that leap to go and try to find the party. If you're constantly just going to be bringing yourself down because I don't feel like I'm good enough, or I'm kind of scared what happens if someone makes fun of me, fuck it, go in and try. But you just gotta get over the initial hurdle of finding a good party, finding a party that wants you. And that's the most important thing too. Go where you're wanted. There are millions at this point of different groups, sessions being run every day, and you just gotta find one for you. And be realistic. Don't bring your cooking mama OC that only kisses men into some OSR 40, everyone's 40 years older up in age, and no one likes you because you're trying to do this role play and all this additional flavor, but they don't care about that. They just want to go through a meat grinded dungeon. Be realistic. Find a group that works for you, and luckily for the internet, the amount of different stores that are now showing off DnD, it's going to be a lot easier than it was even like 10 years ago. So just take that opportunity, play the game, and I hope that wherever you end up, and hopefully you do enjoy the party and the campaign, that you have a good time and you make lasting memories with friends that hopefully last a lifetime, hopefully. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I just want to yap about how it's sometimes difficult to find a group. I know for me, for the longest time, I didn't have the opportunity to play D&D because no one really wanted to. It was kind of a very nerdy thing, and it was like, oh, who likes that? But thanks to stuff like Critical Role and Legends of Adventurous and all these different, actual plays, it became a lot more normalized to play, especially through COVID. COVID made it like, oh, let's use our imaginations so we have nothing else to do. Stuff like that. It's going to be a lot funner in life when you do stuff like this. So I hope y'all find whatever group you ever wanted to, or find a campaign you really want to play. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I hope y'all are doing good. I hope everything is, going well for you and you're having a very joyful and fulfilling life wherever you are. And, if you want to like and subscribe, that's always going to help me. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, I will talk to y'all later.